What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. John, have you seen? Sellers are slashing their prices over on TCG Player for Chaos Impact. You might want to take a look. I wonder what could have impacted that decision. Maybe it's that my sponsors over at Tier 0 Games are taking a slam dunk on the freaking market, and they've taken a very interesting approach to this set. They're not selling a single card over the price of a box right now. I do think that major retailers have a small advantage of thinking, well, I'm gonna hunt down the prismatics or extra rares or whatever Konami's gonna freaking call this one day if they give it an official term, assuming they're still in this set. But I seriously think that the more you open, the more you get this estimated value back out of those. We don't know anything about them yet though, so they're taking a very strong push forward here to list nothing at the price of a box. And I think they're a little OCG minded with their second price card, Masquerena. Yeah, I get that it's kind of popular over in OCG land. I don't think it's going to translate over here as a pricey ultra rare. I don't see it being above $10 if I'm honest, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think they've kind of taken the right approach here? I think it's definitely kind of skewed their estimated value on what they're going to make though, as we see even Abomination Prison, the Rhoda for this archetype, under $30, and you can get 5% off over at Tier 0 using What's Good 5, making the cards even cheaper. I personally thought this would be kind of a $40 card, so I thought it was interesting that TCG Player sellers put it at 40 at first as well, because that meant it was going to go down. But by how much was the question? Wow, I just kind of didn't see it being this cheap for what's really going to push and sell this set. And they're selling out of certain Unchained cards, and I think you can just look at the price and see why. $12.30 on Abomination, $12.30 on Soul of Rage, and we only have $16 on Soul of Anguish. Now, they did sell out of Salomon Great Pyro Phoenix. That's kind of an eyebrow raiser, because when we look over on TCG Player, it's still trying to hang on to around a $40 price point. I think 25 was a really smart selling point for them, but man, did it go out quick. Let me know what you guys are going to be hunting down from Chaos Impact. Are the Unchained just unfortunately too expensive? Are you looking for Blue Tang? Your sea waifus are going to be a little bit expensive. What are you after, and what do you think prices will fall from even here? Use your own big brain plays. You don't have to shop pre-sales, but sometimes it's obvious that pre-sellers are going to take an L when trying to spread out these values in certain ways. But I also do suggest actually waiting for the set release, not the sneak peek date, but the set release date, waiting a couple days and seeing where some things fall out. Yes, you'll take an L here or there, but commonly you'll still be able to win. But sometimes there's definitely money to be had. Now, looking over at the best-selling cards in Duel Devastator is very interesting. Ghost Spell tops the list, followed by Call by the Grave. The Ghost Girls are really up there with Ash in 5th place, probably because she's the more expensive one. But two of the penny stocks I called are doing relatively well. Typhoon, a spell in Trap Destruction in a holofoil form. This has an upward ceiling for the future in different formats. And then also there can be only one, as a Floodgate is on the top page as well. But I think what's very alarming for this set, and hopefully I'm not about to do some spoilers for Market Watch, look how cheap these boxes are early on this. So they're busting them open, so I guess you have to trust them on the RNG on those field centers, am I right? But $29 here and then $30. People are just clamoring over each other, trying to save on the shipping cost by, the box is actually somewhat big for Duel Devastator, and so they're clamoring over each other, trying to just push the cards out and make a little teeny bit of profit on huge quantities of them so that it piles up and their money piles up. I think it's created this really awesome competition on the market to where we're seeing even singles just start to clamor over each other as well. Like Effect Veiler was $2 not too recently. Now you can get it around the $1.50 from some of the other sellers. You can get as many as you want pretty much. So there's definitely this dynamic of you're going to be able to play the penny stocks in Duel Devastator, but the question is, with the singles guaranteed within the set and so many sellers of this set at low prices, how long will prices stay cheap until it starts to go on and chug up and become real nice value in the future and before the unlimited run of Duel Devastator? Invocation Ultimate Rare is an interesting buyout towards $50 from its normal price point of $35, which was dipping towards $30 at one point, and we see over on eBay a brand new listing at $42 before it was $45. I think this engine has always had a lot of upward potential, especially as decks that don't need normal summoning take a look and are like, what can I do to add some power or consistency to my archetype? But it's still not just like in top cut after top cut after top cut. Well, it has a high ceiling. I find it interesting that this gets a buyout now. Will this be one of those lasting loved archetypes, or will it kind of one day fall out of favor? Now, I get the Trickstars probably don't have any support coming as Blue Angel moved to Marincess, but golly, I remember this being $90 playsets, and to see it fall to $30 playsets, the opposite of stonks. Now, let's not argue. Invocation, way higher ceiling, can mix in the future many decks that also remove stuff from your opponent's graveyards. That's pretty nice. But dang, this price point, I didn't see this coming during the winter season. Also, looking at the other invokes, I just want to remind you guys that you can get Makabas as cheap as you want, despite Shadows and Valhalla being a side set. And Invoked Raijin also isn't jumping, so I don't think it's just people pure chasing this Invoke. Remember, this is not only for Invoke, but also an instant fusion target that never got a reprint. So I don't think people are just like going, yeah, Invoked! I think that it's like just one of those more targeted buyouts, or it ran out of quantities more naturally on the market. It's not like the super chased after thing looking at the rest of the market. These are pretty low quantities, but it's not like it's getting slurped off. Nibiru is towards $10 on TCG Player. This is somewhat alarming, but the bells aren't going off over on eBay. We've seen you listing at $8, people wanting to make sales. It takes a while to get towards that $10 over on eBay. So this is why I always tell you to check both. Shop around for yourself and get yourself the best deals. While you can support the channel through means like the TCG Player link, it's not the end-all be-all. But man, this is alarming. It's like for a promo this new to be going up like this consistently over here, it does tend to follow over here. I'm concerned when I look at this and I start thinking about like Blackluster Soldier being a recent release and how it went from, what was it, some people got $7 pre-sales shooting up towards $60. Like, the RNG of the 10s did help the contents of the 10s stay cheap, and the promos being this good also helped. But man, I wonder what the ceiling on the Nibiru is. Do you think this will be the price of the 10s one day because of that RNG? Or do you think there's a cap around here at the $10 to $12 mark? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, speaking of Battles of Legend, it's been pretty solid value, but one thing I've noticed is Lambda slowly going down despite seeing current play. I think it's because we see the future of generic downward links coming, and that's also pretty interesting. But for now, I still see Lambda in a ton of lists, so kind of to note that if you've been waiting for one of these, it's been creeping on back down. Almirage has been sticking 16 real strong, and of course Boral Sword getting its reprint has gone down. But Blackluster Soldier, there's not really coolant. Also, it's kind of funny, Ferris is falling, Increase is increasing. It's just one of those funny things that people went for this first, and now they're like, alright, I'll get the rest. I find those kind of little interactions hilarious. Demise of the Land. I picked a ton of these out of bulk thinking they were $1 to $2 on a stream not too long ago. Turns out they're like $6 to $7. So well, you may not know what you always have, even if you keep up with the market constantly. I didn't think these like, you know, stayed up here. I thought with the Mystic Mine hype dying down a little that these would have gone back down, but no, they're just pretty much disappeared from the market at a decent price, and they're around $6 to $7. So if you have these, make sure to be, you know, paying attention to your own commons or what might be in the back of your trade binders, and don't let it go for like $2, because I probably would have just said, yeah, sure, take them all if someone walked up and said $2 without even bothering to look it up. True Draco Supers are going up here versus the market. I think there's the exciting aspect of Draco Sky Striker. They don't need the Widow Anchor as much, although that's still pretty good to be able to Widow Anchor and then activate something tribute their monster and not let them have it back. But definitely interesting to see that this long-running kind of consistent thing, alright, now it's starting to go up, and there's not really going to be a replacement for the hollow foil versions. Also, I really do like the look of Secret Ignis over here, so I might consider having that to go with it instead of the ultra rares. I get wanting your originals and how you used to play it, but man, does that secret rare look nice. Karaz is up while we're going through OTS pack stuff, probably because Ether went up off the ban list, right? So $30, people just rushing for it, makes a little bit of sense. And this is my why moment of the day. Why is Bujin Yamato up above $25? Market price 16. Why you all doing this? What is going on? Are Bujins getting like some link? Is that rumored in League Drains Factory? What is this? Why is this? How is this? Who's playing Bujin format for fun? I definitely don't like looks of this on the market. When I look at a deck that's currently available as Rogue, maybe could top a regional versus like the most ridiculous pass format. Here's an example. I really like Dino Rabbit, right? When I look at Fiendish Chain for its ultimate rare, it's like cheap as all get out right now. Like what? Towards $15 unless it's had a buyout? Yeah, 13. Like you could go play fully foiled out Dino Rabbit format for like cheaper than going for Bujin format. Please end the suffering. Don't bring him back. Don't do it. Please don't tell me there's actually anything good going on with this. But let me know in the comment section down below if there is. I'd rather be ignorant almost. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Market Watch. What did you think of all the cards? What do you think of everything going on with Chaos Impact's pre-sales and the prices there? Nothing the price of a box is surprising out the gate from tier 0. And maybe it's due to some mistaken estimated value out of the set, or do you think I'm wrong and they're spot on? Let me know in the comment section below, especially if you're going in on this set. And what do you hope is prismatic in this set? I'd love to hear that as well.